I've read some books recommended by Harry Styles. Hence, in this video, I will be reading all of these books and then I will tell you what I think about each one, which one was my favorite, and how I think they have somehow influenced Harry Styles, his music, his fashion, and most importantly, his attitude to life. Number 1, Love is a mixtape by Rob Sheffield. There are a number of books that Harry Styles has highly recommended that you read. There are 3 main themes in this book: love, heartache, and music. The themes of love and heartache are interwoven throughout the book and the lives of these characters. In my opinion, that makes a lot of sense. I thought that was very interesting because Rob Sheffield, who wrote this book, is a contributing editor to Rolling Stone magazine. However, this book is a memoir, which basically means it is a historical account or biography that reflects their personal experience and how music influenced his life. It is the soundtrack of our existence, which is what drives us forward. During our discussion, we discussed Nirvana, the Beatles, Aretha Franklin, Madonna, and a number of other artists, musicians, and bands who provide us with the soundtrack to many of our most precious moments, which then become memories and songs become attached to those memories. I really enjoyed reading this book. This is an awesome gift that I would recommend to anyone you know who loves music and reading because I believe they will appreciate it. Number 2, Notes on Camp by Susan Sontag. In the event you are interested in pop culture and theory, you will enjoy reading this book. It's a kind of big essay about camp and art. It doesn't last very long, and it's basically based on this theory. It is not about sexuality. Instead, it is about centricity and daringness and boldness. It is about vulgarity, but it is not a joke. It's about vulgarity, but it is not a joke at all. I would highly recommend you read it. If you think about Harry Styles' fashion choices and his aesthetic, it is outrageous, bold, and colorful. Number 3, Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. Siddhartha's quest for finding a higher state of being is told along with the cultures, customs, and people he encounters along the way. It is pretty much all about spirituality, finding your own spirituality, and ultimately finding it within yourself. In the end, he realizes that organized religion and other people's interpretation of spirituality are all fine and well, but it's important to find a higher state of being within yourself, and it must come from you. In order to be spiritual, you need to find your own way. It is likely that you will really enjoy reading this book if you enjoy that kind of thing. Number 4, 3 Women by Lisa Taddeo. It is the story of 3 different women. I think the author originally set out to write a book about men but ended up always including women. As a result, we have a book about women, femininity, and sexuality that is gripping because the narratives were always the most interesting characters. In a book that is about trauma and relationships, it is also intricately retold. It will be hard for you to put down. So yeah, I enjoyed reading about women's experiences, which is very important to improve your feminism and your understanding of women's issues. Number 5, Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. Norwegian Wood, of course, is the title of this book. Honestly, I think it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever read. It captures young people's minds so precisely, and is just exquisite to read. I think this is mostly very similar to Charles Bukowski's poetry or Harry Styles' writing. In terms of the way it is written, it is very similar, in that it is so honest and authentic.